Hey, what's up? This is Lewis from One Day Fix It. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about when you're buying a house. What to look for when you're buying a house. Me personally, I'm a contractor, handyman, whatever you want to call it. I've been around the field for a lot of years, and I see a lot of errors that people do when they go to buy a house. So today I'm going to help you out if you're planning to buy a house. What to look for, what is it that you should, who is it that you should find to go look at the house, because most times they tell you to get an inspector that works for the bank or for the real estate. You want to get your own little handyman contractor, someone who knows, someone who has your best interest at heart. Most times the people that come, if they're paid by the bank or by the real estate, they're going to cut. So it's better if you just pay them straight out and you tell them no thank you. But the only thing, if you bring your own person, most likely you're going to be responsible if anything's wrong. Now, if the bank and the real estate people have used their people, they're responsible. Now, you always make sure you get this in writing. But these are some of the things that you want to look for, and you want to get your own guy to look at it. Not someone from their company or anybody they recommend. You want to get somebody that you know. Somebody, if he's related or anything. It ain't too hard. I'm going to put you on to a lot of good tips. So when you go buy a house, first thing you want to look at is the roof. You want to walk inside the house and go on the second, third floor, whatever it is, whatever property, whatever building. You want to look on the ceilings. You want to look to see if it's the original ceiling. If the ceiling looks like there was leaks, you look on the walls, on the ceiling, high on the walls. You're gonna look around to see if there's any leak, any stains. Most likely, if the person, whoever was selling it to you, either they were living there or they should know much about the house. So you go in front, in the back, all in all the rooms, bathroom, whatever, upstairs, wherever it is. You look at the roof, at the ceiling. I'm sorry, at the ceiling. After the ceiling, you get yourself someone to get on the roof, to look at the roof. You know, if you're a male and you can get to the roof, it's better for you to look at it, because a lot of times what contractors do, they try to, soup stories up to make it seem like it's more than what it is, but it's really not. So always ask for pictures if you can't get up there. Today they have androids. Little flying gadgets. You fly right over the roof, you'll see it yourself, you record everything. Besides that, then you want to go check for, your bathroom. Is your bathroom leaking? Is the sink all wobbly, shaking, messed up? Do you have to put a lot of money into the bathroom? Is it real nasty tub? Does it look like it's old? All these things, they play into you buying a house, because you can tell them that, no, I can't give you this much that you're asking because the bathroom's messed up, because the roof's messed up. But anyway, you want to look into the bathroom, make sure the bathroom, see how much money you have to put into it. Maybe you don't like it, maybe you want to break it all apart anyway. Kitchen, another thing you want to look at. Are the appliances old? Do you have to get new stuff? Is the kitchen tacky? Does it look like I'm going to fix it? Or if I'm even going to buy and rent, is it going to look presentable to rent or to sell? So you want to look at the kitchen. Another thing you want to look at is the electric panel box in the basement or wherever it's at. Always make sure you get yourself someone who you know, because if you get someone from the bank or someone who they see, the bank's going to get you on the hook regardless, because you're going to pay interest and everything. So they really don't care. Whatever happens afterwards on you. You're supposed to have insurance and all that stuff. But anyway, just make sure that your kitchen is up to par. You don't need no major renovation unless you're planning to fix it. You're gonna check the panel box, make sure everything's up to par. You have a ground bar. Your wires aren't looking all crazy outside the box. When you open the box to look at it, the panel box doesn't have holes in it. There's missing breakers. You just want it to look presentable and have been inspected by an inspector, so that way he passes it that it's good for someone to turn it on and live in the house. The plumbing, you want to make sure all the plumbing is good. So what you want to do is you want to turn all the waters on. You turn all the waters on and you can see if there's a good flush. You flush your toilet, make sure the toilet flushes correctly. A lot of times the water flows because all you do is turn it on when you're going to buy a house. If there's nobody living there and you walk in, you turn the water on just to check if it works. Yeah, it flows, it's going on. But turn the waters on, leave them on for like an hour. See if the water flows correctly outside. A lot of times it'll flow when you check it, but when you're taking a shower and somebody's in the kitchen or somebody's outside using the hose, it's a problem. The water is not draining correctly the way it's supposed to be because it might be busted. Always make sure your plumbing's busted because the drainage system that's in the basement going outside is cast iron, and that's very expensive. You have to dig outside to fix it. So make sure all that is working correctly, because you can get food and it will look like it works and it don't work until you have it running water for a long time. Now, besides the plumbing, make sure your windows are good. If your windows ain't good, you can talk the price down when you're buying the house. All your windows should be caulked, closing right, no draft coming in or out. The doors, the front door and the back door, they should be up to par, nice and smooth, in and out, nothing falling, nothing hanging. You know, you can, any little thing you find wrong in the house, you can always talk the price down, believe me. And if you talk like you know what you're talking about, you will get a better play. The foundation in the house is real important. If you live in a single home where it's on grass and you ain't got no houses around, if your foundation's off, your house is gonna start cracking and it's gonna cause you problems in your house. If you put a ball in your living room, it'll wind up somewhere in the corner somewhere. So you wanna make sure your foundation is good. That way, if you know that you would have to fix a foundation in the future, you know what's gonna cost you. You just talk it with them. If you're willing to put yourself in that situation to fix or pay for the foundation, then you go through with it. All right, besides that, you wanna make sure there's no termites. There's nothing killing the foundation if it's made out of wood. A lot of times single homes are made out of cement, the rest is wood. But you still want to check out around your doors, your windows, make sure it's not rotted. There's no termites and all type of insects that eat your wood up. Besides that, everything's up to you. You look at it. Another thing, if you buy a house in a city where they're made with bricks, always look at the front of the house and the side of the house if you live in a corner, because if it's cracked and it's buckling to the front, that's a big issue. A lot of people don't want to get into it. I know I don't. I know probably you won't want to neither. But that's a big issue. If you have aluminum siding in a city house, anytime you have a house where it has anything covering the house, say aluminum siding, stucco, that new stuff they have, the metal looks all fancy. Anytime you have that, unless it's a brand new house, if it's in a city house, it's because they're covering a crack or something behind the house. Because why would you get rid of a nice brick look where you could power wash that, clean it, make it look real good and it look real rustic, to put some aluminum siding that looks real cheap and tacky, unless it's a brand new house. Brand new homes are built with siding, they're engineered and built that way, but not houses in the city. So with that, I hope you learned something. And remember, it's Lewis at onedayfixit@gmail.com. You can contact me if you have any issues in your house, water leaks, problems, learn how to cut something, trim something, do something. You just email me, and if I can help you, I will. If I can't, I'll find somebody who can. Thank you. Have a good day.